heart tonight. Waterford United won from Arsenal. As you can see from me tonight, I'm raging with that performance and overall result. Not much in the teams overall. Thought our tactics played into Waterford's hands. All they set up for a draw this evening, starting Boyd up front, who, as I said to you last week, he cannot do nothing to save himself. We give away a very soft penalty in the first half. Didn't think it was a penalty. I'm back on so many times by our new guy Musto, who made his debut this evening. I think it's his 45th club he's signed for us this season. I'm just gutted. I'm more so angry. I can't really say much on camera here because I'm really feeling how I want to feel at the moment. I just think we're in free fall at the moment. Waterford made a few signings and showed the game where they had more bite in the team in the game, showed more determination and really showed control for the church. We missed a penalty in the second half, but Baron McNamee has 2 penalties now in the last 2 home games he's missed. It's not great. I just don't think we're pulling at all. Something's wrong in this club at the moment. Formations, we're playing out of position. We're not getting the breaks. From the start of the season compared to now, it's nearly the same in the team, even with some players who went during the summer break. At the moment, I'm really worried about ourselves because the way we're playing is a relegation performer. We played Dundalk next Saturday night in Northern Park. We won it the last time, but I'm not holding out much hope. I'm kind of disappointed, upset, gutted. And all I can say tonight, pathetic.
Full time, and it's Harps 0, Blues 1. It feels like forever since I was able to say we beat Finn Harps, but the curse is lifted, and it's a hugely important time for us to get this win. It closes the gap to 4 points. Absolutely delighted with the result, and I thought the performance to go along with it was solid. The difference with Waterworth and Nolan, I hope I'm getting the midfielder's name right, but their 2 performances, you could see the composure they brought to the team and the organisation. I know Nolan gave away the penalty, but brilliant for Matt Connor to save it. And Armando, I thought, put in a huge performance. Delighted for him to get his first goal for the club. Hopefully he becomes a good player for us. I thought it was comfortable enough in the end. Aside from the penalty Harps got, I think maybe you can attribute it to the experience we had, but in times gone past where maybe, a stray ball might have found its way through the defence, I thought we were very organised today. We got a hard-fought win, and, hopefully it'll go a long way to keeping us up at the end of the season.
How's it going, guys? Just jumping on quickly to give my match reaction to St. Patrick versus Derry City in Richmond today. So, Pats won 1-0. Good game to watch, I have to say. I had the pleasure of being able to go down there live, and it was a good game to watch. So the game started, Pats were on top, I think it's fair to say, although Derry were offering us some problems with Junior, who obviously is back at Derry now, and Akintunde, who also played a good game in the first half. But I think Pats grew into the game, started the second half extremely well. We already had a 1-0 lead at that time because Chris Forrester scored a good goal in the box. Good calm finish, and then anyway, we go into the second half and we get another red card. Jamie Lennon gets sent off around the 55th minute, I think. That's 4 red cards in 3 games, and we already have serious injuries to the squad. We have Mountain injured, Griffin injured, Coughlin, who went down injured again today. So he's going to be out for another few weeks. So the squad looks pretty thin. So it can be a bit annoying when you have a few unnecessary red cards, which we've probably had in the last few weeks. But, overall, going down to 10 men, 55 minutes into a game against a very good Derry side. Like, this Derry side, they're no mugs like they were a few weeks ago. Under Rory Higgins, they're a serious side, and with the sign as a junior, and now obviously McElhenney now signed for next year, they're definitely a club going in the right direction again. So yeah, to get a win, although we were under the cosh last 15-20 minutes, you take what you can get in this league. Derry, like I said, they're going to trouble a few teams this season now. So don't be surprised if they somehow maybe sneak into a European spot or whatever. I wouldn't put it past them. Still a lot of games to play in this league. So overall, you know, some great performances. Honestly, Dara Burns, he's something special. Was very good. We brought on a debut. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name to be honest, but he was very good at the back. Paddy Barrett, super. Sam Bone, super. They are all brilliant in holding out for that win at the end of the game when we were under pressure. You know, I might have said this a couple of times now on this, but Pats definitely have a bit more grit this season. Like a few seasons ago, if you put the Pats team of last year or the year before in that situation, we could have conceded 2 or 3. So, you know, you have to credit these players. You have to credit what Steve Nadal's doing. Another big game now next week against Drogheda, who obviously are in very good form too. You know, a few up and down results recently, but everyone knows they're outperforming everyone's expectations at the start of the season. So they're a dangerous side to face. But overall, you know, can't be happy with our Pats. If the performance isn't there and you still got the result, you know, you have to be chuffed. Whereas we did have a good performance this week, albeit with a few red cards in the last few weeks. So thanks, guys. Onwards and upwards.
How's it going, lads? Disappointing 1-1 draw away to Treaty. Another last minute equaliser for them. Just disappointing. I don't think we should be drawing to them, but started off passing the ball, then we could go on for more about fucking passing the ball because that's all we do. And they were well organised. Stifled us out. Mark Ludden was the best player on the pitch the whole game by miles. Shows experience. We offered nothing. We got one counter attack in the first half, and that was from Mikey O'Connor rolled the ball into JJ, and he took a bad touch, and the keeper came out and stifled it out. But they grew into the game. They sound like a team with all the red cards that are physical. Yeah, they're physical, but they're well organised, they're well drilled, and they fucking put triangles together. I don't think we have one triangle pass the whole game, and they're putting triangles together, working their way up the pitch when they get to that area, and then they get their long throws, they get their balls into the box, and you can see why they score goals. Half time came, and we just was expecting a change, or we wanted us to go and dominate the match, and it just didn't happen. It's too slow. We just didn't make a change, and we in the first part of the second half, then they have the best chance of the game. Mark Ludden again whips the ball in. I don't know who it was from them, but he missed an absolute sitter from about 5 yards out. And I thought, fucking hell, wake up now, lads, and just never woke up. Never put any passes together in the final third. And our first goal came, or our only goal came from J.R. Wilson. Whipped an early ball in after, I think it was a throw-in, passed back to him from a throw-in, and he swung it in early to Mikey O'Connor. Just simple pass on the edge of the box, and he chested it down. I think because there was no midfielders around, he was able to chest it a bit further away and smashed it in the bottom corner. And you want us to go and dominate teams then and keep the ball as we do in the first half, but we had one chance then towards the end of the match where Brian McManus came on, and he had a chance, but it was difficult. He needed to turn his body out, and he didn't. And he hit straight the keeper, and then we didn't learn a fucking lesson from the first time. Give away a stupid free kick in the halfway line, and they get a corner from it, and then we've got 11 men in the box, and they've got their goal scorer standing on his own on the edge of the box. Like, it was tailor-made for him to have a shot. Now, we put it in the top corner, but fuck me, like, you can't leave someone with 11 men in the box on the edge of the box in his own. I don't know, it's very disappointing, and it's been coming. Last week we relied on an own goal. A couple of games this season we've been gifted goals, and Treaty, they don't gift you any free goals. That's the thing about them. They have this persona of being dirty and filthy, but he has them well set up, well organised, and they make no mistakes. And it's a disappointment. We're 9 points ahead now, and we've got Athlone away next week, and if we don't win that, we're squeaky bum time. 7 points clear with, 12 games left. It's their Galway are fucking motoring now. John Caulfield has them going well, and we need to start. Well, we're not going to start that week because it's just not in this group of players' nature to start dominating matches with possession and chances and scoring and making changes. There was no changes tonight, like, until we went 1-0 up, where you needed to go and take the game by the scruff of the neck, and even then going up for the second and takes off Ryan Brennan and brings on McManus, but there was nothing coming from centre mid. There was no link-up play. I don't know, Macaulay should have been on. It's disappointing, to be honest. The money we have, we should see out them games better, and we should play better, dominate better. But look, I'm disappointed. Disappointed, I must say. But look, on to the next one, and hopefully we get 3 points in that loan. But at the moment, if we win this league, if you're any of the Premier teams, Waterford, Finn Harps, Longford, you're not fearing this squad of players anyways. Right, all the best, lads, and you just got to say well done to Treaty again. That was a good result for them. Hopefully they go and do it now. Win the play-off and we'll go up. Take it easy, boys.
Hey guys, just finished watching Cork City against Bray in the SSA Electricity League First Division. I'll be honest, I kind of had to change my thoughts on how I do this video, because it looked like Cork were going to hang on for a well-deserved win. They were 2-0 up on us and kind of cruising. Bray didn't really have many clear-cut chances, and Cork were, as I said, were going to deservedly win the game, and comfortably. They took the lead early on in the game. Brian Whitmarsh crossed for Keane Murphy, and he finished past Brian Maher, was flat-footed. Bray didn't offer much in the first half. There was a couple of chances, a couple of free kicks, but Cork doubled their lead in the second half. It was the same combination as the first. Whitmarsh's cross, Brian Maher was in no man's land, and Murphy headed to the net. Bray kind of emptied their bench then, or started to empty their bench on 60 minutes. New signing Sam Verdon and Daniel Jones came on, but the game was really petering out, and Cork were comfortable. They were playing the ball around. They were managing the game well, and then a dreadful mistake in the Cork City backline. Ball fell for Craven, who was about 8 yards out, and he rifled the ball off the underside of the bar, and it was 2-1. And Cork, they weren't really hanging on after that. Like, Bray didn't really pummel much at their goal. It was 5 minutes added on, and Bray, in the very last minute of the 5, Bray launched the ball into the Cork box. Mark McNulty will be so disappointed. A weak punch fell to Andrew Quinn just inside the box, and I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but the ball kind of trickled into the far post and was 2-2. Definitely a draw that would feel like a defeat for Cork City, but it's a draw that would feel like a win for us for sure. It's a tough place to go, as people know, Turner's Cross. Would I have taken a draw before the game? I probably wouldn't have. I would have preferred a win. But after being 2-0 down with 6 minutes to go, definitely would have taken a draw. So finished again, and I'm not sure how Gavin Woods will see this game, but I'm pretty sure he'll be disappointed. Cork City 2, Bray Wanderers 2.
Hi Keith, just home there from our 2-2 draw there with Bray. Like usually when I come on every week, I slate the club and I slate the players and the performance and everything, but I have to say, I was at the game. I was lucky enough to get a ticket. City were outstanding tonight. They played really good football from defending to attacking. It was the best I've seen City play proper good football, proper attacking football, probably in the best part of 12 months or so. They were really good tonight. Like, without doubt, like, the draw didn't justify the result whatsoever. Like, they should have been 4 up at half time. Like, they had 3 1-on-1s there in the first half. And I was so impressed with them tonight. And I come on and I slate them every week. But like, I can't fault them tonight. They were outstanding to a man. Just look, they just probably in game management side of things is where they lost the game, where they drew the game tonight. It felt like a loss because they were so good. They were 2 up and they were comfortable, and they gave away, like, just, you could see, just like, I've noticed, which is quite surprising for that level, is that I've noticed that, you know, it doesn't, like, you don't really hear fellas talk on the pitch to each other, you know, like I play at a standard level here myself, and like, the most important thing, like, when you're playing at a normal level is, you know, talk to the fellas around you, shout at them, just, it's all about like man on or simple things, but they're very quiet. And I think that's a big, you know, it's a huge thing when you're playing. Communication is huge. And I think, like, for the first goal that they gave away there with whatever 5 or 10 minutes to go there, like, Jonas Hackney went up to clear the ball, and he called, but Alec Byrne, kind of in his enthusiasm, went to clear it. He got there before Hackney, and the ball dropped to him and he scored. And then, like, the equaliser, you know, I don't know, is it McNulty's fault? It was hard to tell, because it looks like Stonewall, it was his fault, but like, at the same time, even if it was his fault, like, City should have been 5-0 up in the game. Like, they were so good tonight. I come on every week and I slate them, to be fair, and like, they deserve, like, when I give them a slate doing off, they deserve it. But like, they were really, I really was impressed with them tonight. And like, I have to say, it was quite positive, even though it was a draw. It was a cruel draw at the end of it, like, but I was very impressed with them tonight. Like, every player was excellent tonight. I just think as well that they're probably lacking another striker. They need another striker that will come on and be as good as the 2 lads up front, to be fair. Like, you know, like Benny O'Brien Whitmarsh, like, he was outstanding again tonight, and he came off, he'd given like 110%, but then they just need somebody to come on and do the same job as him. But like, overall, I know it was like last week I was effing and blinding and I was this and that, but I was very impressed with them tonight. I can't fault them. Just disappointing that they didn't kill the game off. And I think that's what's going to, like, you know, just a break. They just need a bit of luck as well. But as I said, I outstanding. I have to say, they were really good and very unlucky not to win the game. Like, they should have won the game 5-0, but that's not the point. They drew the game 2-2. But look, hopefully onwards and upwards, Keith. Thanks.